what's next for the Eagles? From CineSport's Noah Coslov, we'll find that out in just a little bit from Dane Brugler, senior NFL draft analyst, NFL draft scout. We'll get to the Eagles in just a moment. Let's start with free agency. How has that impacted what might happen in the first round?
Yeah, and ideally, free agency is when these teams want to address their biggest needs. That gives them flexibility on draft weekend. Take the Giants, for example. Go out and take out the checkbook and sign Olivier Vernon at the pass rusher position, Janoris Jenkins at corner, a few other pieces elsewhere. This gives them flexibility at pick number 10 where they can still go pass rusher, they can still go corner, but they can also go offensive tackle. They can go running back, linebacker. They have a few more options now than maybe they had before where they were pressured to address a need. Same thing with the Houston Texans at pick number 22. They no longer have to worry about hoping one of those quarterbacks falls to them or reaching on a Connor Cook or Christian Hackenberg. Now they have Brock Osweiler, and they can focus on either addressing more pieces for that defense or maybe getting Osweiler a deep threat like Will Fuller.
All right, so from the Giants, let's talk about the Eagles in the NFC East. And it's been a crazy offseason, to say the very least. Everything Chip did, let's just undo it. And now thanks to that Dolphins deal, in the first round, the Eagles move up from 13 to 8. How does that change their plans?
And moving up 5 spots might not seem like a lot on the surface, but it is a big deal because it could mean the difference between that second tier of prospects in this draft and the first tier. And, acting Eagles general manager Howie Roseman even said that he thinks there's a big drop-off after the top 10 in this draft. And so they'll have a few more options picking at number 8, maybe a corner like Vernon Hargraves to replace Byron Maxwell. You could look at linebacker Miles Jack, but the player that I'm looking at is Ezekiel Elliott, the running back from Ohio State. We've talked about him before. He can be a featured piece of an offense. And with DeMarco Murray now in Tennessee, Ryan Matthews supposedly on the trade block as well, I think Ezekiel Elliott could be that running back that Doug Peterson wants for the offense to create balance and a strong run game.
Let's close with Dak Prescott, quarterback from Mississippi State, arrested and charged with DUI. What's that draft impact now?
And Dak broke the number 1 rule of the draft season, and that's do not get in trouble. And it's unfortunate for a player who put together such a strong resume at Mississippi State, one of the most productive players to come out of the SEC, has stayed out of trouble, and character and leadership were really the driving forces behind Dak being a possible mid-round pick as a quarterback. But now, instead of talking about his Senior Bowl, his Combine, or his Pro Day, teams are talking about the DUI. And if teams were interested in him before, they're still going to be interested in him now. So we're not going to see a free-fall situation. But what teams are going to do is go back and see, okay, did we miss something? Is there a habitual problem? Or is this more of a one-time, untimely mistake? And so for Dak Prescott, this situation definitely won't help him. But we won't see a free-fall situation either. It'll be interesting to see where he ends up on draft day.
Dane Brugler, nobody better. Thanks, Dane. Appreciate it.